How's that? So, there's this great book called Mastery, The Path to Success and Fulfillment or something. I'll put a link below the video about it. But it's a really great book because it talks about how to master things, right? How to become good at things. How to become a master. Because life is about mastering certain things and making them a part of your life. He emphasizes that the mastery, the process of mastery is actually developing habits so that something becomes part of your life. So yoga becomes part of your life, or reading, or studying, or whatever it is. All these things that you want to make a part of your life, you work on them, you practice them daily, you master them. And so I personally believe, and we've implemented it as part of our educational philosophy, that this is part of what it is. This is what education looks like. It's mastery and helping yourself and your children master whatever it is they're interested in, their personal talents and mission and goal, and guiding them in that path, that progress of mastering and implementing and really integrating habits into their life, okay? And so how do you do that? What does that look like? Well, the one thing that we do, especially as they're younger, is we just let them pursue and choose the things that they're interested in and let them work on it on a daily basis. So they get to decide. So that could look like many different things. That could be for our own children. Right now they're doing acro yoga because their aunt was here. She's into yoga. She loves doing yoga. And she loves doing acro yoga, which is with two people, and so they've decided they want to do acro yoga. And so for the past 2 days, they've been doing acro yoga. Sometimes that's clay. My children love to do clay and sculpting. So how do you help your kids become good at things? How do you help them, master and develop talents? Is by letting them work on it. So sometimes they'll work on doing clay and sculpting and watching videos about clay and making, animals and people and all these different things. They'll spend hours and hours and hours and days and weeks and sometimes months. And they'll do it for a while, and then they'll drop it maybe for a bit, and then they'll come back to it. And so because of that, they have here's some of their clay creations right here. They were doing these, this is all since we've been here, that they've made all these little clay creations. So they'll spend time doing that, and they're good at it. They're really good at it because they are allowed to spend time doing it, and it helps them to learn anatomy and proportions and how to work with materials. This is Parker's Chinese dragon right here. So simply this is Kai right here. She's working on her beading and bracelets right now while she's listening to, what are you listening to? Anna of Avonlea. Sweet. One of my favorites. So you let them work on the things they want. Now, and that kind of is an unschooling. For some people that's an unschooling approach. And ours, it's kind of unschooling, but it is more of a guided unschooling. And there's certain things that we call it like a head gates, where you shut off certain paths. We don't have TV. We don't have video games. For us, that's not important. Our kids don't really use the computer. The computer, the iPhone, things like that are adult tools that adults use for work and things. And so if we're using it as a tool, then we get on with them. We help them, look up things that they can study and learn about. But they don't have free access, free range to, the computer to get on and waste time or play games. So there's certain things that we just don't have available, and so naturally they flow in other directions, in the creativity, the music. They'll practice the piano or the violin or the ukulele, or they'll sing. But by doing this, you're allowing them to pursue their interests, so they naturally want to do it because they are interested in it, and you're helping them to develop their passions and their talents. And so they become good at things instead of not being able to do that because they're so focused on the schooling, the academics, that they don't have time for the passions. And what happens is that we then have passionless lives because we're so focused on the things we're supposed to do. Academics are important. They're critically important. But I think there's a time and place where they should have lesser importance, and I think that's especially during childhood. So that's how you can help your kids become good at things and develop their talents. What do you think? What do you do? Share in the comments. Thanks. Don't forget to subscribe either.